Okay, some context for this video. One night I had just gone to bed. But then I had an idea. And it kept me up. I didn't know what to do with it, so I kept brainstorming, and then I realized I should probably write this down. And so I did. And this is what I got. And then I started thinking of this shot, and then this shot, and this shot, and how could I make a story out of these 3 shots? So I went back to bed. In the morning, I texted my friend Michael, and I gave him all the details and asked if he was willing to act in the movie. He said yes. So, this is the story of how Michael and I made a movie in 24 hours.
3, 2, 1. Yeah, let's do it again.
The opening scene of any movie is probably one of the most important. Here, it's an introduction to this character.
3, 2, 1. Yeah, I think that was good.
In this story, this character faces a few struggles throughout his day, but ones that are pretty menial. You know, he can overcome them pretty easily, until he faces something that takes a bit more to get around. But we'll get to that later.
I was about to, I had to bite my tongue down. I was like, every time I just see a man in the corner of the camera.
You know, I guess I didn't think about it that way.
And action.
We did it! Oh my gosh.
Time to review that footage. Action.
Dude, that was great.
Hey, this is so uncomfortable.
There he is. It's the star of the show.
We're getting the camera on that gimbal right there. You're taking 5. By that, we mean...
Fortnite break.
Yep, it is.
a Fortnite for the day.
Yep.
You should see some of my clips I have saved.
Oh, yeah?
I got a new batch of them.
Okay, so we're at the forest location now, and we're gonna film the last scene of the video. Then we're gonna go back to my house, play Super Smash Bros, and that's pretty much it. So I don't know if you can see my face. It's. We are on the top of a probably 40-foot drop.
Well, Max found a really cool stick.
And there are people here, so we gotta wait for them to move because we're gonna get a shot where the camera goes like that over the hill, over Michael as he's taking pictures, and it's gonna be awesome. So the family at the bottom of the hill didn't leave for a really long time, so I decided to give a little lens review, but the audio was so bad that I can't really use it. That's a wrap, almost. We got a few more shots on the ground here to do, but all those shots up there, all that's done. We only have a bit more to do, and then we're going home. And so after messing around in the woods for a little bit, we went home, got the final shot, and that was pretty much a wrap. And then it came time to edit. When it comes to editing your film on YouTube, you really gotta pay attention to the numbers and the statistics and the retention and the audience and the emotion of the story. No, I'm just joking. Thank you, Hayden. I love your work. Anyways. Hello. Okay, so this is the timeline. Nothing much going on here. So it opens with the first shot, his eyes, and a really cool thing. Oh, I think it's really cool. Before he blinks, I put some of the footage from the flashbacks later on in the movie in his eyes, like the little reflections. And it kind of pans over, and then he blinks and it goes away. I thought that was a really cool detail, kind of like he's still pondering on whatever it is he's pondering. So it starts in black and white, and then it changes over to color as he blinks. Then he puts on the glasses, and then boom. He gets up out of his chair. The shot I cut up into bits to keep the pacing going because it was too slow all by itself. So this shot, the one of the shoes with, well, he has a lot of shoes, but the hole in the shoes, that shot wasn't really originally like that. If you look, it was supposed to be an insert of him grabbing the shoes, but I like the idea of having a gap in the shoes there, like one of the pair of shoes is missing. And I thought that might be a better storytelling thing than him taking the shoes. So I put that shot after him walking out. and I think it works. It's like a hole in the other shoes. Kind of works, I guess. I really like this shot because I like Wes Anderson. Wes Anderson uses dollies to move his camera, almost like a 2D plane, like a comic book. Oftentimes, you'll notice there's some wiggle in the camera movement. I could have taken that out with like warp stabilizer, but I think it looks better with the little wiggles. I think the imperfections make it look cool. Running? Yeah, he's running. This one I zoomed in quite a bit. Before, without the zoom, let's just clear that. Wasn't as dynamic. So I decided to put a zoom in. This is one of the longest shots in the whole thing, but it's one of the most important ones. It's the first obstacle that he has to almost overcome. He gets tired because he's running, but then after he stops for a second, he gets back to it. Second obstacle, his shoelace gets untied, so he takes a second to stop and tie it back up, then runs off. Third obstacle, me on a bike, cuts him off. But, you know, he keeps on going. This shot, he gets the flashbacks when he looks at the pictures. And this is footage from a trip a while ago, and I thought it might look good, like his flashbacks. Originally, I didn't have any of the flashbacks there. It just looked like this. With the flashback, it kind of adds so much more story to it. Now you're wondering, why did that make him so sad? And it kind of puts you in that place. Just wanted to add some scenic shots to kind of set the tone for this scene. Some nice slow-mo, because, you know, slow-mo is emotional. And then a match cut to him walking off. Color grading was more just fixing the lighting. It was really bright that day, so a lot of things were overexposed. This one had a lot of color grading. It had a blue tint to it, and I wanted it to be more orange and dark, so did that. And then it becomes black and white, kind of like the first shot. Other than that, not much else. I didn't really need too much sound for the film, so the music really carried it. And the music is from a movie called Lars and the Real Girl. David Torn did the music, and I really liked it, so I stole it. But whatever. So yeah. So that's the editing breakdown. Not very intense at all. And that's it. That's how me and my friend made a short film in 24 hours. And I don't really know how to do outros, so goodbye.